So yeah, players are probably not going to be happy about this happening in Arc Raiders, or maybe you will be happy, I don't know. Depends how you look at it. What's up guys, Willis here. We're back with another Arc Raiders video. Might start doing more of these little daily dose of Arc Raiders news, so make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe guys, because that'll actually enter you into the deluxe edition giveaway that we're doing on the channel. I'm going to be picking the winners over in my Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the video. After just 3 days, guys, Arc Raiders has already lost 99% of his player base. That is kind of crazy. Obviously, this is a joke. The server slam has just ended. So yeah, I just thought this was a little funny post on Reddit, memeing the absolute fall off of Arc Raiders. Hopefully it isn't this drastic at launch, and hopefully the game does do well, because I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But I can see it now in 3 months. Arc Raiders player base has already dropped like 80% in 3 months. We'll see if they can keep up the player base count though. The server slam numbers were kind of crazy, I can't lie. Jumping in real quick as well, Jinko's tip of the day, number 16. We'll probably do more of these as well, but yeah, credit to Jinko on Reddit. So if you didn't know, fabric can actually be used as a last resort way to recover health or heal small injuries, letting you save more efficient healing items for later. Simply just place it in your quick inventory and you can actually heal with it. Yep, you can heal with those small pieces of fabric that you find. So most arcs, or I guess the robots you destroy, will actually yield arc power cells, which recharge 2 shield bars when used. You can also use these to craft actual shields as well, but you can also use them to refill your shields. So that's a little handy tip there. And there's actually a skill path that you can take, and it'll actually unlock the ability you can craft items while in a raid. So that is pretty nuts. So in the raid, you can actually turn those fabrics into bandages, and even the arc power cells and rubber into shield recharges on the go. Pretty huge. So this article caught my attention today. Maybe you guys seen it, maybe you didn't, but it's basically talking about adding first person to Arc Raiders. Now, as you know, Arc Raiders is coming out at the end of the month. So if they were going to add something like this, it would already be in the game. So players were asking for a first-person mode, and the developers basically said to stop asking because it's not coming. One of the game's design directors, Virgil Watkins, basically confirmed that adding the POV is a very implausible prospect. Speaking to PC Gamer, Watkins acknowledged there are multiplayer shooters like Helldivers that offer both third and first-person perspectives. However, adding a first-person wouldn't provide any benefit for Arc Raiders, which makes sense. You're fighting other players, you're always going to get that advantage of being able to peek around corners in third person. If you're playing in first person, you obviously can't do that. Now, I understand that a lot of players don't like this third person peek, you could call it mechanic, but it's always been that way in third person games. You have that over-the-shoulder view, so you're just naturally going to be able to just see around corners. Now, could they make like a separate game mode, which would be like first person only? That could be kind of interesting. Maybe it'll be like a weekly event or something. First person only Arc Raiders could definitely be super interesting. So as the design director elaborated, that's not to say that's not possible in first person, but third person did work so well for us that we never even really looked at first person. Watkins further argues that exploring first person would cause Embark to have to reevaluate so much of how our areas are built and the way they're laid out, because you get very specific sightlines once you go in first person. Aside from issues involving design, Watkins also pointed to technical considerations such as quality of assets. While Arc Raiders looks impressive from an over-the-shoulder view perspective, the design director admitted once you start being able to put your face right up against an asset, the immersion kind of falls apart. So maybe some of the textures, once you start getting close to them, don't look so great. But yes, Arc Raiders is not getting first person. Unfortunately, for anyone unwilling to play Arc Raiders because it's third person only, that isn't going to change. While Watkins' very implausible comments leave the door slightly ajar, the chances of Arc Raiders ever adding a first-person mode are very low. Now, yeah, it's not impossible. They could add it in the future, but the current way it's standing is probably never going to come to the game, unless the community asks for it. Also, can we just check this out real quick? If you guys didn't know, all these like little knickknacks that you find, like the little, the sellable items, I'm calling them, they're actually displayed in game when you're just chilling. So check this out here. This guy actually has like a little rubber ducky and a little like thingy there. It's actually displayed on the shelf behind them. How cool is that? Also, the gas mask is displayed as well. Now, I don't know if these items are always here if you basically don't have them. You can also see the guns as well, which is awesome. Just a little cool feature. Maybe you guys didn't actually realize a lot of your stash inventory is displayed in your little hideout. So yeah, check this out. I just saw this on Twitter earlier as well. Now, Arc Raiders has received an obvious downgrade in graphics. Community lead Osen said, we've done some optimization for low and mid spec hardware. So they've probably seen the game like underperforming on a lot of the mid spec and low spec hardware. So obviously they've had to change the game fully, which obviously makes sense. So if you look at the first tech test up above here, you can see there's more of that fog, that sort of like ambience. This is the stuff that makes your PC chug, by the way. And then in the server slam, they've obviously like reduced a lot of that. They've reduced a lot of the foliage, as you can see, a lot of the stones, the rocks, the reflections on the water as well, just so it's a bit more optimized. So they've fully just done like a full optimization. Now you can call it a downgrade. Yes. You can also see here as well on the little cutscene part, all the shadows, the reflections, all this good stuff. And then in the one below, you can really see the full downgrade on this. So thoughts on this, guys? I'll be honest, I didn't really notice it that much, but when you put the two side by side, you can start noticing quite a bit of stuff that they've taken out. But yeah, you know, the majority of players are probably going to be on low graphics anyway. And from what I've heard as well, the graphics weren't downgraded. They were just optimized lower settings. The developer did say, turn up your settings and your fidelity comes back in full. And apparently if you're playing on max settings, you can't even notice anything. Now, I want to know your guys' thoughts on this because I've been seeing this a lot in the community. So I need your guys' feedback in the comments. PvE difficulty is one of the biggest things I've been seeing in comment sections everywhere. And just the community feedback in general, the PvE difficulty. So I'm talking about the arcs, the robots. Players are saying they're too hard. Once a drone spots you, you're done. Apparently, they're insanely strong. It's just absurd. And you have to empty 3 magazines apparently into a single drone. That's over the top. Now, I think it all comes down to playing smart and picking your fights. Obviously, if you get caught, you're going to get swarmed, especially if there's one of those like leaper bots near you. They kind of just go crazy. Personally, I don't think they're too hard. You obviously can't go around shooting every single arc. You got to pick your fights, be smart about it. And yeah, what a lot of players don't realize as well, you got to make sure you're bringing weapons that have that arc penetration. There's different ways to kill different arcs, and obviously shooting them in certain different locations can actually kill them quicker. So if anyone is actually struggling, try some of that stuff out. Once you learn how to kill every single different arc, they're actually kind of easy, I can't lie. Now, obviously, if you're in between fighting players and the arcs at the same time, that's when it gets a bit tough. But yeah, that's been the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed just a little quick news update video on everything that's happening currently in Arc Raiders. I'm going to try and do at least daily videos for you guys on Arc Raiders. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe. That will enter you into the deluxe edition giveaway. We're going to be picking the winner closer to launch. And yeah, make sure to join the Discord as well. We've actually got another secret giveaway in there as well. That's going to be pinned at the top of the comment section. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next one.